Genesis, chapter 15, verse 1 to 21. Genesis 15:1. After these things the word of the Lord came unto Abram in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am thy shield, and thy exceeding great reward. Genesis 15:2. And Abram said, Lord God, what wilt thou give me, seeing I go childless, and the steward of my house is this Eliezer of Damascus? Genesis 15:3. And Abram said, Behold, to me thou hast given no seed, and lo, one born in my house is mine heir. Genesis 15:4. And, behold, the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, This shall not be thine heir, but he that shall come forth out of thine own bowels shall be thine heir. Genesis 15:5. And he brought him forth abroad, and said, Look now toward heaven, and tell the stars, if thou be able to number them. And he said unto him, So shall thy seed be. Genesis 15:6. And he believed in the Lord, and he counted it to him for righteousness. Genesis 15:7. And he said unto him, I am the Lord that brought thee out of Ur of the Chaldeans, to give thee this land to inherit it. Genesis 15:8. And he said, Lord God, whereby shall I know that I shall inherit it? Genesis 15:9. And he said unto him, Take me an heifer of 3 years old, and a she-goat of 3 years old, and a ram of 3 years old, and a turtledove and a young pigeon. Genesis 15:10. And he took unto him all these, and divided them in the midst, and laid each piece one against another, but the birds divided he not. Genesis 15:11. And when the fowls came down upon the carcasses, Abram drove them away. Genesis 15:12. And when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and lo, an horror of great darkness fell upon him. Genesis 15:13. And he said unto Abram, Know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Genesis 15:14. And also that nation, whom they shall serve, will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance. Genesis 15:15. And thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace. Thou shalt be buried in a good old age. Genesis 15:16. But in the 4th generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. Genesis 15:17. And it came to pass that, when the sun went down, and it was dark, behold a smoking furnace, and a burning lamp that passed between those pieces. Genesis 15:18. In the same day the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying, Unto thy seed have I given this land, from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates. Genesis 15:19. The Kenites, and the Kenizzites, and the Kadmonites. Genesis 15:20. And the Hittites, and the Perizzites, and the Rephaim. Genesis 15:21. And the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Girgashites, and the Jebusites. To be continued. 4. Genesis, chapter 16. Don't forget to subscribe.